Hey, Tribe, Sally here. Hope you're having an amazing and fascinating day. I know I am. If you missed it, this is actually part two of the same day. I'll put a link to part one up here, I think it goes, um, so that you can see that as well. This turned out to be a really long day. In part one, I visited a check egg. That was pretty fun. And wow, now I can't remember what else. That's kind of crazy. Oh, the museum of the world's smallest representation of the world's largest things in Lucas, Kansas. And then while I was there, I found out about this other thing called the Garden of Eden. Well, that video got so long, I decided to put this into two parts. So this is part two. And in part two, we actually visit the Garden of Eden, including Dinsmoor's mausoleum. He's been entombed in his backyard with a glass display over his face and upper chest for 92 years. So there's that. And then another, again, unplanned stop on this day, I went to visit Miller's Park, which happened to be right next door, also done by the Kohler Foundation, which is the same organization, toilets and faucets and all those people, sinks and all that. Same foundation that supported MT Liggett, and I'll put a link to that video up here. I think I'm pointing in the right direction. And then after I did that, I finally get to the first stop that I had intended to make for the day, which is the first stop on my current journey, which is visiting geographical extremes in the United States. So I started in Lebanon, Kansas, which is the geographical center of the contiguous United States. And the monument there was established before either Hawaii or Alaska were states. So that was kind of fun. And from there, I visited the world's largest ball of twine and stayed through to the end to see the place that I wound up on the water. Beautiful sunset and another lovely day. Hope you enjoy the video. As always, I appreciate you taking the time to watch my videos. And please leave me a comment down below. Let me know what you thought about the stuff we saw today. Would you go see any of this stuff? Do you think it's worth it? What would you do differently? Participate. All right, let's roll the intro and get right into it. Okay, we're going to go see what the story is with the Garden of Eden. Look at this. Just look at it. Garden of Eden. Heh. There's a serpent. By taking the guided tour, you will fulfill S.P. Dinsmoor's wish. Experience the cabin home, hear his stories about the sculptures, visit him in his mausoleum. Your contributions and admissions help support the preservation of this unique site. This is pretty unique. Okay. 1907 cabin home. Cool. Let's go see. Okay, Kit, you're working. Come on. Hi. Service dog. Is it okay if I film?
Yeah, sure.
Cool. So,
And you want to take a tour?
yeah, what's the deal?
It is $9 general admission. It's 8 for military, senior citizens, and you pretty much just look throughout the house. And we have like pages of information you can read and stuff, and then we'll take you outside for an outside tour.
So is it guided or self-guided?
Self-guided for the inside.
Okay. And just what started this?
Pretty much he just wanted to build it, I guess. He had no help, he had no training, he wasn't an artist or construction worker or anything like that. He just wanted to build the house.
Wow. And how long ago did he die?
1932, I believe.
So quite a while.
Yeah,
Coming up on 100 years.
He's been in there in his mausoleum for about 92 years.
Wow. Very, very cool. Yes, I am a senior.
Okie dokie. So it'll be $8 even.
I can't believe I actually had to say that. But since you so kindly started off with the non-senior price, okay, you know how we're in Kansas in the Midwest? See that sign on the refrigerator? It says cold pop or water. Do you call it pop or do you call it soda? I call it soda where I come from.
Would you like a receipt?
Please. Thank you.
Okay.
And which way should I start?
In this room, we have a guest book, and that's where the 3 pages of information are. And then we have an 8.5-minute video that you could watch if you are interested.
Okay, cool. Thank you.
Yeah, no problem.
Let's go this way, kid. Oh my. All right, look at this. That's pretty beautiful. Oh. Here, kitty, kitty, kitty. Okay. Let's sign the book. Very interesting. All right, we're going to read the stuff, see what we can learn. Maybe we should just watch the film. Let's watch the film. Mr. Dinsmoor died in this room, pretty small actually. And then one of the things that we're really going to have to pay attention to when we go outside again is that this house is all made from the post rock and was made to look like a cabin. So we'll pay attention to that. And what is this flooring? Is this like old linoleum? So we got a bathroom, clawfoot tub, small sink, toilet. And this might have been a kid's room or maybe a craft room or a playroom. Look at the beautiful table. Good size room here. Oh, interesting bedstead. Check that out. Cool. Okay, well, it's not an enormous house. Let's go take a look downstairs. You can never tell on video, but that's some steep stairs. So we're gonna use the boat rules. One hand for me, one hand for the railing. Well, we made it without mishap. Those are some pretty steep stairs though. Okay, let's see what they have downstairs. So, I call this the arched cave. Used for storing home canned food and cured meat. Also served as a storm cellar against, tornadoes. So I guess we are in Tornado Alley, although I understand that's moved quite a bit. Look at this beautiful door. These were all pieced together from scrap metal, the doors and the railings, or scrap material rather. Absolutely gorgeous. Now I know this is linoleum of the old school variety. So we found the kitchen, and I guess putting the kitchen downstairs helps to keep things cooler. And this is a, I think they call it a daylight basement. So you can see out the windows we are at ground level. Very cool stove here. Check that out. This is a copperhead. Cool. That's the coal room, which is now used for storage. We'll come back to this one. Let's go this way. Oh, look at this entrance from street level. I think it said that there were 7 doors to this house. And we've got, you know, curved rounded walls. He made this wardrobe. I mean, look at the intricacy. Very cool. Ah, thanks to the Kohler Foundation and countless volunteers, Miller's Park has returned to Lucas. Well, I wonder where Miller's Park is. I guess we'll have to go take a look at that as well. Okay. So we first learned about the Kohler Foundation getting involved with local rural arts in Muhlenberg, whichever it is, where MT Liggett was. Yeah, very cool. All right, we're going back up the stairs now. And once again, a hand for the railing. So we'll stop filming. Are all volunteers or?
No, we are paid employees.
Really?
Yeah.
Cool.
Yeah.
I saw the sign downstairs about Miller's Park and the Kohler Foundation. Where's Miller's Park?
Across the alley, it's those sculptures that are over there.
Okay,
in that
cool.
fenced-in area.
So we'll walk down there as well.
Yeah, it's pretty neat.
Did you want to go into the mausoleum?
Yeah.
It's locked, but I can take you in there if
Yeah.
you want to.
That would be good.
Okay. Yeah, you can go do that now, and then you'll be free to look around outside.
Cool.
Oh, I'll trade you one of those brochures I mentioned. Here.
Oh.
I'll give you one of those. So you can
Great.
get the sculptures.
Thank you.
There you go.
Okay. Whoops. I know. I slammed the door. You're fine. You're fine. Okay. Yeah, so quite the thing. So I guess there were no regulations about having a mausoleum on your property?
Nope, I guess not.
Back in the day?
But this is the mausoleum. Samuel Perry Dinsmoor, the guy that built the house and the sculptures, is buried in here with his first wife. But she was actually buried in the city cemetery first, like everybody else. But Dinsmoor got real mad because he planned for both of them to be buried in here together. So him and his friends went out to the city cemetery and dug her up.
Oh, a
and
little
put
grave
her
robbing
back
story.
And he put her back in here anyways and covered her with cement so she wouldn't be put back into the city cemetery.
So do you know how it is that she got into the city cemetery to begin with against his will?
So I guess it was illegal back then to bury somebody in your own backyard, so she had to be buried out in the city cemetery. But Dinsmoor did not listen. He got real mad because he thought you could just bury somebody on your property, I guess. But he got away with it.
Go figure.
But she's in here, and he's in here too, in his casket. It's made out of cement, and he did make it, so he had everything planned out. But on the top of it has a glass top, and you can see him.
And he planned that as well?
Yep, it was his wish to be on display and to be shown.
Wow.
Yeah.
Okay, that's the thing. Guys, we had no idea we were coming here for this today. We didn't even know this existed. We came here because I was heading for the world's largest ball of twine
Yes.
in Cawker.
Mm-hmm.
And when I put in world's largest, it came up with world's largest things
Yep.
here.
Yeah.
And then I saw Garden of Eden, and I'm like, all right, well, let's just go see what this is about.
Yeah. It's a must come here at least once.
There you
It's
go.
a must see. It's a really unique place.
Yeah, definitely.
But he is mummified like a mummy, and
Okay.
he's been in here a little bit over 92 years. So I just like to warn people before we go in. And sadly, you're probably going to be sad, but there's no videos or pictures allowed inside.
So we can't
But-
get a picture of him, guys.
Yeah.
But I'll tell you what, I'll tell you all about it when we come back out. How about that? Okay, so I can't show you what I actually got to see in here. But I will say this, as we get out of the echo, I will say this. If you're creeped out by things, you may want to give that a pass. On the other hand, I found it kind of wondrous, just from the perspective that here's this guy, died at 89 years old, planned out his own afterlife, and set it up so that he was in the position to memorialize himself in the way that he wanted to. I think that's actually kind of cool. And it wasn't, you know, was it creepy? A little bit creepy, not terrible. And I can say this, his clothes are a little bit moldering. He's still got some of his beard. And hell, he doesn't look that bad for 92.
Honestly, yeah. He's
Or
in
92
good shape.
years, 92 years in the casket, 89 years old when he died, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So,
He looks pretty good.
I think so. So here's my advice, guys. If you are anywhere near Lucas, Kansas, and it's hard to imagine why you would be, but if you are, you should definitely come here, check out the Garden of Eden, and go in the mausoleum. You can avert your eyes if you really feel like it's not the right thing, but hey, I had no issue with it, and I don't think you will either. So cool. Thank you very much.
Yeah.
And what was
thanks
your
for
name?
coming. Michaela.
Michaela.
Yeah,
So
thanks for coming.
we get personal tours of the mausoleum. We're going to go ahead and wander around the yard here and check out the rest of the sculpture and so forth. And then we're going to go to Miller Park, which is just over there, right?
Right across the alley over there.
And is that just open?
Yeah, it's just free to look around over there.
So what did that start from? Do you know? What was the origin?
There's a sign over there that's
Oh,
talks
okay,
about it.
good.
Yeah.
So I'll get some info.
Yeah, true.
Perfect. All right, great. Thank you so
thanks
much,
for
Michaela.
coming.
You bet. Thank you.
Yeah.
Okay. Let's keep looking around here. So I'm holding a brochure that tells me about the sculpture, which I'm going to look at later. Because that's kind of too many things to hold on to at one time. I'm holding on to Kit. And I'm holding on to the camera. And I'm holding on to the piece of paper. We got restrooms here. I think Kit's going to have his own restroom there for a moment. Come on. I definitely need more to drink. Good thing it's daylight savings time because I think it's going to be pretty late by the time I get parked this evening. Since I keep finding extra things to do. Because we're going to have to go over and look at Miller Park too. I wonder if this is the hen house or something. We'll look at the thing later and see what we can find out. Look at that. Did a lot of work with concrete. Huh, interesting. Okay. Oh, here's a better view. Kind of an overview. So we've got a bunch of sculptures that seem to be on philosophical and religious, well, I think they're all philosophical, but on religious premises, and then a bunch of things that are more his take on the social period of the time. So I guess this might have been a workroom. Kind of looks like a wash house, but I think it's probably a workroom. Nice property here in the middle of town. And we've got this whole concrete picnic tables, concrete structure. All right, we're going to head out of here, I think. And once again, guys, all I can say is you never know what you might find and where you might find it. So in the movie, they said that his wife was missing him because he was always outside working. So he made this face that she could see from the kitchen window right there. That's cute. And this is a concrete grape arbor. No longer covered in grapes, I guess. Okay, well that was pretty fun. Now we're going to walk over one more block and take a look at Miller Park before we head back. Yeah, you can see how it's kind of made to look like a log cabin, but it's all stone. And one of the interesting things they showed in their film was how the stone is cut. So that was very cool. The question, of course, is, was it worth $8? I don't know. Kind of hard to say. I mean, I'm taking it in the grand scheme of things from everything I'm getting to see today, which is, yeah, it's worth it. Because everything else I'm doing is free. That's the back side of the mausoleum. We have spikes sticking up from the fence rail here. All right, let's go check out Miller Park and see what the story is here. Created by Roy and Clara Miller as an oasis for weary travelers. Originally located on the west edge of town, Park opened in 1921 with sculpture construction started in 1932. Site was much loved by all of Lucas. In 1969, site was sold to settle the estate, and sculptures were moved to Hays, Kansas. In 2013, the sculptures came home to Lucas, a gift of Henry Schwaller IV and Kohler Foundation, Inc. Welcome to the new Miller's Park. Wow. Okay, so we can't walk inside amongst the structures, but this is pretty detailed. Look at the pretty green and glass. I wonder why they decided the conical formation was the best. Pretty pink quartz, probably. Some are just stones, some are different kinds of minerals. Ooh, this one's sparkly. Pretty cool. Yeah, see, like, I wouldn't want to pay for this, but glad I get to experience it. So look at this one. Can you see the pathway that zigzags up to the top where that building is? We got the same thing going on over here, all the way up to the top. Well, not quite to the top for that one. And then we got a bunch more buildings over here, some bigger ones down here even. Not sure what's significant about the dates, 1907, 1915, 1963. That says 1912, 1962. This says 1886 living quarters. Oh, first store in Elbin, 1880, owned by Isaac and Jack, merchandise, hardware, and greases and groceries. In a short time, Elbin was named Lucas, hauled merchandise by wagon from Wilson, which, as we know, was 18 miles away because that's where we came from. One of the other things that I found out from their film is that stone posts were apparently the fence posts all along the highway, which I didn't really notice. Man, this is pretty, guys. Hope you're getting a look at this one. With a slate roof. Cool. Stone. Alright, very cool. Glad I came. We're going to get on down the road. We got to get back into town to get back to Henry. And then we can load up and get moving. Let me know what you thought of the Lucas art scene. Certainly meets my criteria for quirky. So where are we? Well, we're parked right over there. I just had a lovely dinner, I guess, because it's like well after 5 o'clock and I really need to get on down the road pretty soon. This was my planned first stop of the day when I left at 11 o'clock this morning. And I'm going to flip around here and I'm going to show you where we are. We are at the geographical center of the contiguous United States. And we're going to walk right over here and take a look at the plaque. In fact, it originally, and it may say it on the plaque, I don't know for sure, originally said Continental United States. But this was dedicated before Alaska was a state. Geographical center of the United States, latitude, longitude. Located by L.T. Hagedorn of Paulette and Wilson Engineers and L.A. Beardsley, County Engineer, from data furnished by U.S. Coast and Geodetic Survey. Dedicated April 25th, 1940. Yeah, that was before Alaska was a state. I think it was before Hawaii was a state too. I can't remember that one for sure. So, looking up, got the flags, pretty cool. And what a lovely stop this has been. This gal over here in the car that's getting ready to leave, she just retired and she's out on her retirement road trip. Pretty cool. Geographical center of the 48 states. So actually, the geographical center of all of the states, I think, is claimed to be up in South Dakota, I think. I might get there eventually as well. And this is technically my first stop on my journey of geographical extremes. Here we've got the U.S. Center Chapel. Check this out. It's a little teeny tiny chapel, but that's pretty cool. Okay. And we've spent plenty of time here. Yeah, it's almost 6 o'clock. I got here about 4:30, 4:45. Is this box anything? What's this? Psalm 92, verse 12, Psalm 104, verse 16. Okay. So, Lebanon, Kansas, guys. We're going to go ahead and get on down the road. Well, here it is. The world's largest ball of twine, so it says. Just 125 steps from Eeyore's Curiosities and Bowl of Twine gift shop. Stop in for some fun today. Well, I have a feeling everything in town is pretty much closed up at this point, because it's like 20 minutes of 7. World's largest ball of Sisal twine, started by Frank Stober in 1953. Weighs 27,017 pounds, 46 feet in circumference. Download the Sunflower Summer app. I really kind of feel like I should have. I've been looking at it in lots of the places that I've been, but I have neglected to download it. So here's our big ball of twine. Here's the twine tale. 1891, he's born in Tipton, the fifth of seven children. See up there? 1917, marries Sadie, raises a family of 4 on their farm 3 miles north and 3.5 miles east of Cawker City. 53, Frank stumbles over some loose twine and decides to gather it up to burn. Instead, he begins winding a ball and does not stop until it is as big as the barn door. In 1956, the Salina Journal publishes the first newspaper article about Frank's ball of twine. It measures 7 feet 5 inches in diameter and weighs 4,035 pounds. The ball is such a popular attraction that the commercial club approaches Frank about donating it to the city. In 1961, Kansas celebrates its centennial, and Frank's ball is brought to Cawker City for the Founders Day parade on May 29th. The ball is left on display next to the post office in a metal shed for the year. In 1973, the Guinness Book of World Records awards Frank Stober's ball of twine the title of world's largest. On July 23rd, the Wall Street Journal writes a scathing article about Kansas tourism and singles out Frank's ball for special ridicule. The national attention, however, greatly increases the interest in Cawker's quirky roadside attraction. Oh, we missed 1962, sorry. By fall, the first permanent home for the ball was completed. Rests on a concrete pad sheltered by a geodesic dome. In 74, Frank Stober passes away on August 28th at the age of 83. In 76, winds from a blizzard blow the dome shelter to pieces on February 20th, and a new gazebo is built in time for the nation's bicentennial celebration. 78, Francis Johnson of Darwin, Minnesota contests the title of world's largest ball of twine and wins. 82, the first annual Twineathon is inaugurated to regain the title of world's largest. In 88, Frank's ball outgrows the gazebo, which is moved to the city park, and the present metal shed is constructed. At that time, the ball measures 40 feet 3 inches in circumference and thus surpasses Johnson's ball. 2003. In celebration of its 50th anniversary, Local artist Cher Olson is inspired to paint a series of well-known masterpieces with a twist of twine in them. These paintings are placed in shop windows along Main Street, and a yellow twine line leads the way for visitors. Frank Stover's passion is alive and growing. Visitors are encouraged to sign the visitor's book and add their own twine to the ball. Please note that only genuine Sisal twine is allowed. Nylon or cotton string will be removed by the caretaker. If you do not have your own twine, the Belle of the Ball always has suitable twine available for visitors at no charge. Alright, that's pretty fun, guys. And I was wondering about the whole title thing, because there's definitely a thing around the world's largest ball of twine. And there are several other places where it shows up as other places being the world's largest ball of twine. Take a look across the street. Kind of cute. Alright, we're going to turn this off. We're going to check out the visitor registration, and then we're going to get on our way. Alright, there it is. First time I've ever left a sticker behind. So if you happen to come, find a picture of it, you know, get in touch with me and I'll send you something cool. Don't know what yet, but something. Okay, now we're going to get back on the road. What do you say, Kitster? You ready? You ready to go find a place to sleep tonight? Let's go see how that works out. Oh, and I need to do a video about this, I think. It's a year with Henry, and I'm still loving him. Yeah, I don't really have any complaints, which is pretty awesome.